So I don't know how many people in the room were lucky enough to be at last night's midnight screening. It was a lot of fun. It was also a crazy movie. So Eli, you got to tell us, where did this idea come from? Tell everybody what it's about first.
The film is about a married man, played by Keanu Reeves, who seemingly has a happy life, and his wife and kids leave him for the weekend, and these two young women show up, played by Lorenza and Ana de Armas, and they offer him some temptation, which he takes, and it completely unravels everything for him. So it actually was inspired by a film that Colleen was in 1975 that was never released and bootlegged for many years, called Death Game. You can see what it was like shooting. Everyone's they're still in character. But Colleen acted in Death Game, and that sort of served as an inspiration and jumping off point. And we kind of did our own modern, it's very much an homage to it, but really Fatal Attraction, Funny Games, a lot of these types of films. But we wanted to make a dark, sexy thriller, and I thought the cast was fantastic. So, and Colleen has a cameo in this one.
Absolutely. Now, Keanu, I know what made you want to get into bed with Ana and Lorenza, but what made you want to get into bed with Eli Roth?
Well, the script that Eli sent me was so fantastic. And the work that I had seen of Eli's before, and the role in the story.
Okay, so you were ready to be tied up and put through the ringer a little bit.
Yeah, that sounded like fun.
All right, and Lorenza, this is a very different role for you. You know, you were in Aftershock, Green Inferno, but this is definitely a 180. How did you approach playing such a twisted character?
Hi. I think I just dug deep inside myself, and I found a part of me that really was that, and I just exploited it, and it was so much fun to be that, and to torture him a little was amazing, and her a little.
Well, sort of, how do you channel that evil energy and go to that place? Because, I mean, honestly, the moment that I loved was just when you were putting on that makeup, and he's tied up in the bed, and you don't have to say anything. It's all in your face.
Thank you. I don't know. I don't really think about it much. It just comes. I think when you do the research before and you find your character, once you're shooting, it just all comes in. And again, I think it just, watch all the influences, try to find something, and just bring it to the plate.
All right. Colleen, tell me how you linked up with Eli. You guys go back about 2 decades, right?
Yes, he was working with Fred Zolo and Barbara Broccoli, and I used to call to speak to Fred all the time, but stayed on the phone with Eli, who I just fell in love with.
I was 20 years old when this was happening, by the way. I was still at NYU.
And Eli and I struck up quite a friendship over the phone, and we've been friends ever since. And he happened to see this movie, and we were working on another project with David O. Russell, and then this trumped it. We did this first, and I'm ecstatic. I think Keanu's beyond brilliant. Lorenza and Ana, and Eli's a fantastic writer, director, and collaborator. He's incredible.
Now, you guys shot this down in Chile, right?
Yes.
Where you've been shooting a few of your movies.
Chilewood.
Okay, you guys do a number on this house that serves as the primary setting for this film. Can you sort of take me through that and the production design, that kind of stuff?
Well, yeah. We really wanted a film that had spectacular production design because we're going to be spending a lot of time in this house. And his wife's character is an artist, so her sculptures and her paintings are everywhere in the house. So I actually went in Chile where my producer Nicolas Lopez and I, he has a whole production system down there, and it's actually a great double for Los Angeles. It looks very similar to California. In fact, when people visit us, they can't believe how similar Chile is to LA. So we started shooting movies down there, and they take it right from the script through post. And we found this house that was so incredible and so beautiful that would have cost us so much money had we rented it, in Calabasas or Santa Barbara, had the mountains in the background, and we put down a deposit on the house before the script was finished. So me and Nicholas each put down something like $20,000, and this family agreed to move out in April. And so we took over their house, and so we said, okay, now we have until April to write the script, find the money, and shoot it. And thank God, it all came together, but we had to destroy the house. So we were very careful. We put down fake flooring. We built things to smash. But when the house was completely demolished, the wife, who was an interior decorator and had designed the house, came over to the shooting they'd agree. We asked them to stay away, and she came in and she had a freaking meltdown, and it was very uncomfortable. And so they wouldn't let us. After we finished the last day, we were gone. They were so mad, and it was fine. Once we cleaned it up, we didn't damage the house, but they wouldn't let us back in for some pickup shots. So we had to go to the neighboring golf course and get a drone. And we went, and there were shots of the woman in the house looking at the drone, being like, they're filming us, and we had to digitally paint her out.
Keanu, what did you think the sort of message of this movie was? Did you feel like it was about the perils of cheating?
That's one of them. Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's a cautionary tale. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Infidelity and being punished for that, and
Okay.
probably having some kind of regret, maybe.
And I mean, without giving anything away, I mean, what happened? What do you think happens to these characters at the end of this story?
Well, I think I would have to give away the story to say what happened to them.
Okay,
But
fair
for me,
enough.
the movie's about what happens, how fragile our lives are. And everyone's had that experience where you let someone into your life, if it's a friend or a relationship, and that person becomes dangerous to you. They don't threaten you physically, but they start doing crazy things, alienating your friends, unraveling your life, telling lies about you. And it makes us realize like how trusting we are and how naive we are, that if someone wants a destructive force wants to get into your life and destroy it for whatever crazy reasons they can. And I think that, for me, is what's most terrifying, is that you think you have this wife and this perfect life that's so happy and safe, and you let this thing into your world and it completely unravels it.
Well, it was totally fucked up, which is on point with the Eli Roth brand.